Good morning, ladies. I am coming to you today to show you the rose nail art just from my most recent manicure. So I did decide to fully remove one fingernail, or the rose fingernail, my ring finger, and show you the complete process from beginning to end. So first I'm going to start by using my GelMoment nail file, and I'm going to use the white side. Gray side, white side. So the white side is a little bit more gritty, and that's what you're just going to shape your nail with. Okay. Mine's already done, so I just wanted to show you a little bit there. There we go. So I'm happy with that shape. Then you're going to use the gray side. That's a finer grit, just to buff the nail a little bit here. Scratch it up a little bit just so the polish will adhere to your fingernail. There we go, that's good. And then what you want to do is to cleanse that nail. So I usually use just rubbing alcohol on a cotton pad just to get all the dust off. And I'm just going to place that up there because I'm going to need that later. You do want your nail to fully dry, so I'm just going to blow it dry just to make it quicker. And I'm going to start with, and I've already rolled my polishes, I'm going to start with Lovey Dovey. I'm going to do 2 coats of Lovey Dovey. And they don't need to be thick coats by any means. Again, you're going to want to mind the gap, and I did touch my cuticle there. Oh, and again, mind the gap a little. If it's not the best coverage on the first go, that's a-okay, because we are going to do numerous coats. Okay, and then you're going to cap the tip. It's a little harder to do with shorter nails, but still doable. And let me just get all of the extra polish off. And I don't like that part down there. Okay. Sometimes it takes a little bit of tweaking. Oh, there we go. That's a better angle. All right. So I'm going to cure that. I do, again, have the deluxe lamp, so I'm going to cure that for 45 seconds. Yeah. Let's go over here and take a look at that. So like I said, I'm going to do 2 coats of the Lovey Dovey. And then what I'm going to do is take Satin Princess. That's what I have on my other nails. And do some roses with some dotting tools from my creativity set. So I'm going to do some roses in Satin Princess, and then to give them depth, I'm going to use a little bit of Apple Blossom, and for the leaves, I will be using Eye to My Soul. Wonderful color. It's sort of like a greeny gray color, so it's nice, subtle color for leaves, or it's beautiful just on its own as well for a manicure. All right, my 45 seconds is up. Back here for coat number 2 of Lovey Dovey. It should only take 2 coats. It's got pretty good coverage. Make sure my nail's in the shot here. There we go. Bear with me here. I'm doing it in midair, so just trace over what you did previously. Okay, again, get it as close to your cuticles as you can, but just leave a little bit of a gap. It's very important to do that. Also very important to cap, because that's typically where you would find peeling or lifting of your nails as you just go on your regular daily duties. With light colors as well, sometimes once you've applied it, before you cure it, you just want to give your finger a few taps, give it a little time for the polish to sort of settle out, and then cure. So I'm happy with that. I'm going to cure it again for another 45 seconds. And then I will be able to start my roses right away. Super quick, super easy. This is probably one of the easiest nail art things that you can do. And I will show you, actually right now, Creativity Set is probably one of the best purchases I've made. If you are looking at doing nail art, it has so many different options. So this is a dotting tool. I can show you the whole thing there. So each end has a different tip to it. Different sizes, different shapes. So I'm actually going to use this end shown here for the leaves. That's going to be one of the last things that I do. I have a different dotting tool here with a little bit bigger tip. This is what I'm going to do, still very small, sorry. That one's even smaller, but I'm just going to use this side. It's still quite a small tool. And I'm just going to get my Satin Princess ready to go here. All right. And I'm actually just going to make a little dot because you don't need very much polish at all. And I don't like keeping my polishes open. I am by a window right now, which I'm not supposed to be, but to get the right light for the video, I had to be. So as you can see right here, try and zoom in on that, right there. I just have a little dot of my Satin Princess. And what I'm gonna do is just dip my dotting tool into that little pile, and then I can start making my roses. Okay. And essentially all I'm going to do is sort of pick a place to start, and I'm going to go in a circular motion. Sorry, I'm using my left hand, so it might be a little, it's a little trickier with my left hand, but still easy. And I want to get as close to the cuticle as possible. Okay, so that's one. I'm going to move on to my next one. And you just do that until you're happy with it. Happy with the size. Don't worry about coverage at this point either. That's not a concern because we can always go over it again. All right? Okay. And I did get some on my skin, so I am going to wipe that off. Always want to wipe off any excess that gets on your skin before you cure your polishes. Otherwise, it will cure it to your skin. Just going to touch this one up a little bit. Okay. And then I want another one right here. It might just look like a blobby mess right now, but once I add the apple blossom, that's what's going to help add the dimension to my roses. Okay. I'll move this back into the shot. Your cleansing pad or your cotton pad with rubbing alcohol, you just want to keep nearby so that you can clean your tools off immediately. And then I will do a few more. Three more roses up here. Okay. Almost done. like I said, I've got my my finger in midair here, so it's a little bit more difficult doing that. Also with my left hand, I am right-handed, so that's proving to be a smidge more difficult for me as well. Okay. And I'm going to add one last one right over here. Okay, and clean my tool off. So that's the gist of it for now. I am going to grab my apple blossom now. Again, I'm just going to put a little dot on my silicone mat, and I'm going to take the same end of that dotting tool and just dip it into the apple blossom. I don't want too much on it, and then I'm just going to go back to each circle I did, and you're just going to do a circular motion with the apple blossom. So you can sort of see them taking shape now. There we go. I do clean it off after each time because I don't want to get my Satin Princess mixed into my dollop of apple blossom on my mat. Okay. There we go. So super easy, super quick. You can put as little or as much color into them as you want. And then a couple of these have turned out to be too apple blossom-y for me, so I'm going to go back in. Like that one there's too much. Okay. So then I'm going to go back in. All the while, all of this polish is still wet. Okay, I haven't cured any of the roses yet because I want the colors to sort of mix around and make that sort of swirling effect. So I'm just going back in with a little bit more Satin Princess just to give more depth. Don't worry about each one being the same because they're not the same in real life either. Okay, just going to fix that up a little bit. Don't worry too if your edges are a little shoddy like mine here. You can always go in and fix them like that. Okay. So there it is. I'm happy with that. I'm going to remove the excess polish from my skin. Just with my cleansing pad here with rubbing alcohol. And there we have it. So I'm happy with that. I'm going to go ahead and cure that before I do my leaves because I don't want the color for my leaves, Eye to My Soul. I don't want that mixing in with my Satin Princess or my Apple Blossom. So we will let that cure 45 seconds. As I said, I have a different tool out of my creativity set that I'm going to be using for the leaves. So it has a little more elongated tip as opposed to how round the one was that I was using for the roses. So it's more elongated. While that's curing, I'll go ahead and take Eye to My Soul. Like I said, I already pre-rolled these, so I didn't have to worry about that right now, but you do want to roll your polishes before you use them and not shake them. Although some of the lighter colors you can shake, but I haven't found I've needed to do that. So there you have it. There's the roses all cured. And I will take my elongated dotting tool here, and I've put just a little dollop of the Eye to My Soul down. And then you just go in wherever you feel fit and start making your leaves. Again, they don't have to be perfect. Not all leaves are perfect, right? They don't always have two things coming off. Sometimes it's just one. So just play around with the extra space on your nails too and see. Again, I'm doing this with my left hand, so it is proving to be a little bit more difficult. But just like make a couple little notches there, just like that. So you can see it's coming together. And I think I need one more just on this one here, just sort of to frame my nail. And always, again, clean off your dotting tool. Okay, so I'm happy with that. We're going to go ahead and cure that. Last step, and I'm just going to clean this off of my mat. I love these mats. It's so easy to clean up. You just take your cleansing pad and wipe it off. Last step is going to be applying the Clearly Frisky, just to sort of meld everything together, give it a nice shiny top coat so you don't see the ridges between each color. And then we're done. So it's just as easy as that. I usually only do about 1 or 2 nails with nail art for each manicure, but to each their own. You can do whatever you want. All right, so just topping it off with Clearly Frisky. Give it a nice sheen. There you have it. And I'm going to just cap it again because I do have some of the rose colors ending right on the edge of my nail. And there you have it. Oops. All right. And this nail polish is very forgiving. There we go. All right. So there you have it, Clearly Frisky. I'm going to go ahead and cure that. Another 45 seconds. I love my deluxe lamp for that. It's a shorter period of time. Also, I can do more fingers at once, and then my whole manicure is faster. So again, what I've used today: Clearly Frisky, Lovey Dovey, Satin Princess, Apple Blossom, Eye to My Soul. You can use whatever colors you want. And then I've used 2 of my dotting tools from the Creativity set. I can show you as well what that Creativity set looks like. Okay. Just gonna grab that. Okay. So the Creativity set includes, you can see my two empty spots there, but it includes brushes and dotting tools, a whole mixture of all of them, and then it's got that protective plastic over top. All different kinds of brushes, actually. Let's flip this up so you can see that. There we go. They come with little protector tubes as well so that your brushes don't bend when you fold it all together. And then just wraps up like that. Nice and thin and easy to store. Wonderful. Well, I am all set here. Let's get there are the roses. All finished and super shiny for you. Thanks for joining. Have a great day, guys.